And welcome, Christ Combined. I'm so grateful to have you here on this journey of self discovery and empowerment with me. In today's video, we are going to talk about change. But before we get started, if you're new here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more uplifting and empowering content like this. So get comfortable because we are about to get into it. Let's go. Okay. So earlier today, I'm going through my normal daily things. I get 7 instead of 8 hours of sleep because I'm trying to be on this new sleep regimen. So when I'm working out in my exercises, I have plenty of protein, plenty of food, plenty of macros, whatever my macros are. I'm like tracking everything so that I can make sure that I'm performing at the best of my abilities, especially when I'm lifting and doing different things because this is my first time lifting. And so as I'm going through life, I start to notice all of the changes that are happening. And there's something new that happened in my life, and I was so afraid of the change at the beginning. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do about this change? I started second guessing things. I started thinking about what is it that I need to do. I was comfortable in this position that I was in with life, with family, with friends, with everything. And so you get to a point in life sometimes where you get so comfortable that when things change, even for the better, you start to second guess or you start to feel doubtful or fearful because it's always there's a little unknown that comes with uncomfortability because you've never been in that space before. You've never been in that zone. And every time you push yourself a little further, you start to feel like, oh my gosh, this feels so weird. Oh my gosh, I'm so afraid. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared of this or whatever else. And the whole time you're afraid just because you don't know what the outcome's going to be. But even in comfortability, you still don't know what the outcome is. And as I started to just say, okay, well, I'm going to try it. I'm just going to try this new thing. I'm going to do it because I don't know what the outcome is. I feel like a little nervous. I'm a little, I don't want to say fearful, but just uneasy, uncomfortable. And even though I'm uncomfortable, I'm going to still continue to do it regardless. So I go to this new thing, very first time doing this thing at all, and I loved it. It was one of the best things that I've ever done in my life. Like, I had so much fun. I felt like I was going to another level. Like, being outside of your comfort zone really does take you up to another level. It allows you to see what you're really truly capable of. And I feel like it's that way with me when I'm increasing my steps, as I was telling you yesterday, from 5 to 7,000 to 8 to 10,000 steps. And every day since I've had the increase, I have hit my goal. And even the day where I was like 7,942, I still did extra steps so that I can make sure I made it to 8,000 that day. But I was really close to not making it. And every single day I've been pushing myself harder. And even on the day that I was at 7,000 something, I was so close. I was like, no, I'm gonna get to 8,000. I don't know what it is that I have to do, but I'll do whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that I make it to my goal. And I have been crushing it. I have been surprising myself because I don't sit at a job where I'm super active. So I'm at one of those jobs where I'm inactive most time during the day. So I'm sitting down, I'm not doing a lot of movement, and so usually at the end of the day when I leave work, I have about 1,000 something steps or something like that. So that leaves 7,000 steps or 6,500 steps approximately for me to finish throughout the day in order to reach my 8,000 step goal, which is no easy thing. It's really something that I have to be determined, I have to be intentional, and I have to stay consistent in order to reach that goal. Because if I one day do 0 steps or 100 or 1,000 steps and then the next day try to do 8,000, it'll feel impossible. But when you push yourself, I think that it's important to remember that pushing yourself outside of your bounds, outside of your comfort zone, will allow you to grow. Going after the change, even a slight change in your life for the better, is something that will improve you. And sometimes things can be so scary because we just don't know how it's going to turn out. But if we don't give up, if we continue to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, all that we desire will be given unto us. If for those that are called according to his purpose, it's important for us to remember that the change does not mean that it's going to all of a sudden be something so scary that we can't make it through it. We can make it through everything. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. It's important for us to remember that no matter what's happening in our life, that we are going to do amazing. You're going to be just fine. Even if you fail, failure is just a step in the right direction. Everything that we're doing in life is so that we can be better, so that we can do better, so that we can accomplish our dreams. And if you want to have your best life ever, if you're trying to go after your dreams,